I'm getting ready to install a three-piece shower surround here in over the bathtub. And first of all, I didn't get drywall, mainly because I don't have a truck, and I was able to transport this cement board stuff that much easier in the trunk of my car, so I just use this. Plus, this stuff here has a, sort of a rubbery waterproof coating on it. Okay, I want to first start with the bathtub here. It's an old bathtub, it's cast iron, and you could see that the bath mat that was previously here has stained. Okay, well, it's not really a stain. It won't come out, basically. I've tried scrubbing it, and it just doesn't come out. What it is it's calcium that's in the water since the previous owners of this house did not have a water softener, so I put in a water softener. So before I did any of these plumbing fixtures or changed kitchen sink faucets, everything. So what I found that I could probably do with this stain is I've taken some 2000 grit sandpaper, or is it 3000? I'm not sure. Better off starting out with a really high grit. And I've scrubbed it, and you can see it's come out some over here. So that's a job I would do last, after I'm all done here, try to clean this bathtub up. I've already taken the caulk around the edges, but it's still, you can see it's still kind of needs to be cleaned some. What I've done here is, instead of putting this cement board all the way to the bathtub, what I've noticed is this bathtub did not have a lip on it. Okay, I mean, just a little tiny increase, around the edge, but I mean, you're gonna, and they had drywall here all the way down to the bathtub, and that whole bottom edge of the drywall was all full of black mold, so I got rid of that. And like I was saying, instead of coming all the way down with the cement board, what I did is behind here, I have, I think it's about 2 inches. It's a PVC trim board that you would use, the cheapest one I could find, and it's, a lot of those boards are 3/4 of an inch thick or more, and it would go past this drywall, but this piece was maybe less than a half an inch thick. So what I did is I glued that PVC trim on top of the lip with some silicone, and then I put this flex tape, it's called, over it for now, to make sure, if somebody's in this tub sloshing around, the water's going to go up into here, and it's even going to fall down here. Okay, now over here you have the shower doors I'm going to put in are going to come right to here. So this is drywall here, and then when you start to get about right here down, I have cement board back here, and then I put some silicone to seal the edge there. Okay, so the next step is putting the shower surround up, and before I'm going to do that, I want to tell you that this bathtub is not level. Okay, it has a little slope, and the slope is going down towards the drain, which is good. So when I ordered a tall shower surround, first I ordered a 57 or 58 inch one, and I had marked over here where it was gonna come up, and you could see the shower is about there. It used to be over here, okay, and I raised it up about 6 inches because, you know, I'm almost 6 feet tall, and I don't want you know, an old lady kind of shower thing where it's so low, you know, like in most homes, you know. I don't know, maybe in the 60s people were shorter then, you know, they didn't eat the right foods, you know, or something. So anyways, so I blended it in. I also added a bath fan to get rid of the moisture, and if I would have put a regular switch here, I would leave it on and forget to shut it off. So I put a timer switch in. 30 minutes is enough to take a shower. So, well, you know, when I'm, you know, I could adjust it 30 minutes and, you know, there goes the fan. The fan, the lights on, and then I could shut it off if I still want to. So the next thing I did, let's go back to this bathtub is out of level, okay? So not only is the bathtub not level, the walls are probably not level either. I think I measured where it's 59.5 inches on the bottom and 59.25 on the top. Whatever it may be, it's not completely plumb and level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the back surround first. Like I said, this is only a 3-piece. If it was 5-piece, it would be a lot better because I don't have to worry about those corners so much, okay? But 3-piece, so you know the shower surround is level, but not my enclosure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that brown paper that you know, you use for painting so you don't spill anything on the floor, and I'm going to make a template with, I'll tape it together with some tape, probably foil tape. I don't trust that. Painter's tape's going to come off, you know. So tape it on and you know, make it, hopefully it's not so flimsy, but try to get an exact template measurement of this thing. And then I'll mark it as, you know, I'll put a D on, letter D on it for down. Because when you transfer it, you don't want to take that template and then lay it over the back and you have the wrong side, you know. So what I do is I'd mark D on the front here and then put that side down on the back of the shower surround to get, you know, the exact template measurement. And what that would do is you know, cut it. Then I'd have to cut the surround with probably a circular saw with like a laminate blade, like real fine teeth, you know, and tape it so it doesn't chip. I mean, take my good old time. I mean, this is not something you want to rush. But being that the surround, the back panel on the surround, it doesn't matter too much on the sides, but the back panel is too big for this enclosure. So, you know, being that the bottom's not level, the sides are not level, I start going over there and cutting that thing. I may cut it too short. And then, you know, $200 surround enclosure is down the drain. You know, the home improvement store is not going to take it back, you know, or they'll be upset when they find out. And so if I make a template, and then if it's out of paper, then I tape the template down so it don't move. And then I mark it, and then I cut it that way, I could probably get a really good fit in the back. Now, after hours of sleepless nights thinking about this, suppose I am too short. I mean, those surround panels are really thin. I mean, they're less than 1/8 of an inch thin. They're strong, but they're real thin. I mean, you could barely stand them on its side without it falling down. So what I've done is I've got, let me get the package real quick to show you what I have, if I haven't thrown it away. I took this stuff here that's sold at, well, it's sold at Home Depot, and it's used as an alternative to caulk, you know, for people that caulk like they're drunk, you know. So what I've done is I've put 2 strips in the corner, and I was telling you that the surround only came up to here. Well, I was going to put some plastic ceiling tile up here to make up for the difference, but I returned that to the store since I haven't installed that yet, and I've gotten a tall surround that's 78 inches tall. So from the bottom of the top of the bathtub, as you can see, this strip I put finishes right just a little under the 78 inches that the surround's going to be. Okay, so I put this stuff in the corner. Now it folds and you stick it, and you know, I mean, don't take a screwdriver and puncture this, because then you're screwed, you know. But what it's going to do for me, first of all, it's bright white. Okay. The second thing is, when I do put the surround up here, and say it's a little too short, this is going to compensate for that and probably hardly be noticeable. So, I mean, you know, if it's 1/8 of an inch too short here and there, you know, one would say just run a bead of silicone there to connect the 2 panels together. You know, I mean, on the finished outside, that way doesn't look like you cut it too short. But just for added assurance, the stuff's not really that expensive. So I bought 2 rolls, because one roll's never enough. But the 2 roll, that's 1 roll there, that's another roll, and I got some left over. But by having that in the corners, it's like a vinyl, you know, with a self-adhesive strip on the back. And when you put it on, do it little at a time and hold it folded so you can get it in the corner. And it's pretty forgiving, so if you do start to get rolls in it, it'll go down. Unless you're doing it really bad, you know. So I think that's a good idea with that. The best idea here, or tip that you could do, is most bathtubs, newer ones, have a 1-inch lip, you know, all around the tub when you slide it in. But this didn't have no lip at all. Well, you know, I don't want water going down in there. So, and not only that, you know, if you used, drywall all the way down to this bathtub, it's going to get wet, which I didn't even want to put this cement board all the way down, even though it has a coating on it. So I put that PVC trim piece, 2 inches tall, all around, and then there's silicone on top of that trim piece, and then I put the flex tape over that. And when I bring this around all the way down, there's probably going to be a little bit of that flex tape sticking out there, but I can cut it with a razor blade. And then in between, I used silicone, 100% silicone. I don't think I need to do these screw holes. I mean, it's going to be a shower surround. It has the water I don't think is going to get, and if it does, how much water is going to go through that? Not that much. Okay, so here it's gray because I had some gutter silicone, you know, you use on your downspouts and gutters. I used what I had of that, and then I just put the regular silicone there. And yeah, I mean, if I would have used the old surround here, would have came up to here, I would have had to finish all this, but I don't because this is going to be covered now. So just some tips here to, you know, show you, you know, some ideas. I mean, you don't have to do it this way, but if you know, this gives you some ideas, some tips on how to, you know, do this the right way, then you know, without water getting behind your bathtub, you know, then this is the best I could seem to do, you know. So I kind of really like this because, you know, if that surround is 1/8 of an inch short, and then I bring the other one, and then, you know, I have a gap here, I may not even have to silicone that corner. You know, I mean, I'll silicone behind the surround, but I may not have to put a bead there, like I did when I did the tile. I mean, I'm not perfectly good with tile, but I found a method. I mean, you could find it on YouTube, how to cut tiles around the edges, and doing it that way, I mean, it made that thing butt right up against the bathtub there. And I don't even think I need silicone there. I mean, probably a real thin bead, because if water does overflow here, it's going to go in between there. So I just put like a small bead right on the edge there. So thanks for watching.